Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Minister LaTasha, and I wanted to come with a quick message for you guys on today. I will be coming from Job chapter 33, verses 14 through 16. And it reads, "For God speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he opened the ears of men and sealeth their instructions." I wanted to speak on God is trying to tell you something. You know, God speaks again and again through people. Though people don't really recognize it, he speaks in dreams and visions in the night when we're in a deep sleep. A lot of times he speaks to us in our dreams because it is a time where we're not distracted, where there's no distractions around us, and he can get his message over to us clearly. The reason why I wanted to call this video God is trying to tell you something is because this brought me in the mind of the movie The Color Purple. And I know you like, how does Color Purple come to mind with this? Well, I'll explain it to you guys. One thing that I've learned about God, that when God is trying to get your attention, he will get your attention in many ways. Sometimes he'll speak to you through music. Sometimes he'll speak to you through a movie. Sometimes he speak to you audio. You know, you hear him in your spirit, man. Sometimes you can read his words and the words stand up off the page, and that's how you know that he is speaking to you. But one time I was watching the movie The Color Purple, and a part stood out to me, and it let me know that God was speaking through that particular scene. And it was the scene when they were outside at the juke joint, and the music was loud, and the lady was singing the blues. And even while their juke joint music was loud, they were loud, she was loud singing, the sound from the church overpowered their sound. They were able to hear the music from the church over their sound. Let me say that again. They were able to hear the church over their sound. The church music overpowered their music. And so they began to stop playing. You know, the band stopped playing, she stopped singing, and everybody started to tune their ear up to the sound of the music in the church. And not only did it get them quiet where they can hear the sound of the church, they began to follow the sound from the church. She started walking and the rest of them followed. That's a message in itself. So they began to follow the sound of the church. And as they began to follow the sound of the church, she began to sing what the church was singing. You know, sometimes it only takes one person to tune in that spiritual hearing, in that spiritual ear, tune their spiritual ear in to hear, and then they can draw a crowd. You know what I'm saying? So she began to sing, and the crowd still followed her. Now, mind you, they were in a juke joint. They leaving the juke joint to head to the house of the Lord. That's another message in itself. And when they entered the church, she began to sing. And if you pay attention to the movie, the crowd that followed her sat down in the church and they began to praise God and sing as well. How powerful is that in itself? How powerful is that? That the solo singer in the juke joint led the crowd to the house of the Lord, and they followed. They could have easily said, "We ain't going there. We finna sit here. We finna continue to drink. We finna continue to party. We finna continue to lust. We're not going there." But no, they followed. They followed her. And then in them following her, deliverance occurred because her daddy forgave her. If you ain't catching the revelation behind this, please watch the movie and pay attention to that part. I promise God will speak loudly in that revelation that he's revealing in that part of the movie. And to be honest with you, it is many scenes in that movie that God is speaking through. You just got to watch it with your spiritual eye. So what I wanted to tell you guys and let you guys know on today is God speaking to you today? Have God been trying to get your attention and try to give you revelation knowledge on things to come? Have he been trying to give you instructions and directions on things to do? Have he been trying to reveal someone to you? Have he been trying to lead you somewhere and you've been too distracted to hear? You have turned your spiritual ear gates off and you have been allowing the enemy to speak loudly in your ear. Is that you? Is that you on today? One of my prayers that I pray every night is, God, silence the voice of the enemy in my ear and allow me to hear your voice and to hear you clearly and to know without a shadow of the doubt that is you that is speaking. Because a stranger voice I will not follow. And that should be your prayer on today. Because see, it's easy to be deceived. It's easy to think that your inner thoughts is God speaking. It's easy to think that the enemy voice is God speaking. See, when it feels good to the flesh, a lot of time it ain't him. See, you have to know God's voice. You have to compare it and bring it to God with his word. You have to wait for that confirmation, because when God speaks, confirmation follows. And so I just wanted to ask you guys this question on today. Are you in a place where you can truly hear God? Because God is trying to tell you something. Are you listening? I pray that this message has blessed you guys on today. I pray that it opens up your heart and has you to want to open your spiritual ear to hear what God is saying in this season. I pray that God gets his messages through to you, whether it is on the TV, music, through a person, through in his word, however it is, whatever it is that he's trying to say to you on today and in this season, that you receive and that you receive it wholeheartedly, and that you take heed to what he's saying and be obedient to what he's saying in this season. If you guys have any prayer requests, please email the email address that's listed in the description box below. Also, if you would like to sow into the ministry, that information is listed in the description box below as well. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Like and share. I would love for my messages to reach many, because many need the Lord and his good word in this season. I pray that this message has blessed you guys. Do know that God is trying to tell you something. So make sure that you're listening. You guys be blessed and a blessing.